What up, YouTube? It's your boy Banks, and we back in the building. You feel me? It's True Talks, cause True Talks. All right, let's get straight right into it. So you already know. Today we're gonna talk about what's going on with Kyle Kuzma and the Lakers and these trade rumors and all that type of stuff that's going on. Obviously, you already know LeBron's trying to get this nigga out of here. So if you haven't known or you've been under a rock, so obviously Christmas Day, it was a big game between the Clippers and the Lakers. The Lakers were home. It was Kawhi versus Kawhi and PG versus LeBron and AD. Marquee matchup though. Out of those four, is LeBron and Kawhi. Obviously, seeing who's the best small forward, the best player, those are the reigns. That's what everybody's talking about. So on that day, obviously, Kawhi came to go to work. See me when I work. Dropping 35. And then LeBron obviously was shying away, not trying to go on at Kawhi, not trying to go at him at all. You know what I'm saying? He was just, it looked like his palms were sweaty. He was not being aggressive, was 0 for 7, weak takes, and was grounded. You know what I'm saying? People were saying about the groin. But that's the exact same thing that happened in game one. Kawhi, like if you heard what the Jet has said, if you heard what Kenny the Jet has been saying, and he's been saying it for a while, exactly what I've been saying, you know what I'm saying? When he said it on TNT, he said that Kawhi makes, LeBron look non-athletic. Like he has to be a skilled shooter. He has to be shooting. He has to beat him with skill. He can't beat Kawhi like he could beat every other team by just running into the paint. You know what I'm saying? And just bully, hezzy blow by, and all that type of stuff. You have to beat Kawhi with an arsenal. That's what I've been said about LeBron, is that because he doesn't have the arsenal, this is why he doesn't become a closer. This is why he doesn't become all these things, and he always needs this player and this player, and he needs this and needs that, and needs to stack his team OD, because he's not that type of guy that's gonna just take your throat away. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna put that knife in your throat and just kill you. You know what I'm saying? He's basically a killer mentality. He doesn't have that because he doesn't have the arsenal to match it. If you look at everybody has the killer mentality, you haven't seen anyone with no killer mentality, anyone with a killer mentality have no skill set. That goes hand in hand, because when you have a killer mentality, you're gonna find ways to kill. So you have to go sharpen the iron, sharpen the tools, sharpen the weapon. You know what I'm saying? You gotta sharpen it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they have arsenal. They know what moves I'm going to do in certain situations, counter moves, all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the killer mentality, and that's skill. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about arsenal, that's what I've been preaching about. Arsenal this whole time. And LeBron doesn't really have an arsenal. He has set shots, and then when he has a big on him, he does that step back on the left 45. And other than that, and then a spin move in transition. Other than that, it's just hezzy blow by, hezzy blow by, hezzy blow by, or pick and roll. That's all he doesn't. You don't see him do no in and out, step back, behind the back, escape, dribble, crossover, one dribble, pull up, pump fake. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't do none of those. Right to left, crossover, pull up. He doesn't spin, jump shot. You don't hezzy, shimmies. You don't see him do any of those. You know what I'm saying? I'm naming bare arsenal. He doesn't do any of those. So because he doesn't do that, Kawhi has strength, length, and he has big hands. So when he guards you, you know what I'm saying, and you're trying to go do a blow by, he cuts you off chest to chest. He absorbs the contact. You don't move. He doesn't move. He's not out the way. You know what I'm saying? He has elite defense. So because he has elite defense, LeBron can't just run past blow by. See other people, even though they have good defense, they're smaller. So even when you try and cut off at the angles, he still breaks your chest, so he keeps going. You know what I'm saying? Because LeBron is that strong. So he can't do that with Kawhi. And that's what the Jet and the people have been saying, and what I've been saying from years. You know what I'm saying? So because he doesn't have that advantage, he's been shying away in these two games. If you know, you know. So the Kuzma's trainer, based off of this and off of what we're watching, all the elite guys, and you understand this is something of a hidden agenda. Kuzma's trainer, you gotta understand, Kuzma and Kuzma's trainer is in the situation where they got drafted with Lonzo, and Kuzma is the type of guy who has a killer mentality. He feels that I have an arsenal. I could just eat and go to work anytime I want to. You know what I'm saying? I have the arsenal and I have to showcase it. And when Ingram was there, he didn't get to showcase it as much, but he still showcased it. He still averaged 18, or he still averaged OD points when he had Lonzo and Ingram. He was still going to work, and people were like, oh my God, Kuzma. But next year, when LeBron is there, people were going, oh my goodness, it's going to be LeBron and Ingram. We can't wait. But then Ingram got sus because he needs the ball in his hand. He's kind of like he's a scorer. He's a scorer and a playmaker with the ball in his hands. You know what I'm saying? And him and Lonzo kind of interchange, and that's why they mesh together, because Lonzo could sometimes play off ball. Ingram can also play off ball, all of that type of stuff. But when you have a Lonzo and you have a LeBron and you have an Ingram, those two primary ball handlers before him. So he's kind of just, in the corner OD more than he needs to be. But when there's only one ball handler and then me as Ingram, we can switch it. But when there's multiple, it's like I get lost in the shuffle. So Ingram and LeBron, they don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? So Kuzma is a better off-ball player, but he could ball handle. He could, catch, pump fake, one dribble, get it on the move, all that type of stuff. But his best asset is playing off-ball, catching and shooting, cutting, spotting up, catch it, one pump fake, one dribble pull up. You know what I'm saying? Pump fake, one dribble hezzy, and then he does the hook, spin, anything. You know what I'm saying? And so when Kuzma's that type of player and you've been playing with LeBron and he was eating the last year with LeBron, you know what I'm saying, because he could play off ball, they're now looking at it as, you know what? This new year, let's do something. They get AD. They keep Kuzma. You know what I'm saying? So from this perspective of the trainer and Kuzma, they're looking at it as LeBron is struggling to eat. He's struggling to take over. His bare game is like momentum. He could just go get a bucket. I'm the guy who can just go get a bucket, so give me the ball. If you're going to shy away, give me the ball. But then LeBron, when he shies away, he's still holding the ball because he still wants to get the assist. He's controlling the narrative on the court. He's controlling the ball. He holds the ball. He plays one style. So then Kuzma, I already know. I could just see it in Kuzma's eyes. He's been getting tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Because he gets bashed for not shooting well when he gets it in last minute situation, no rhythm, all that type of stuff, right? So Kuzma's looking at it like this, if my leader, I'm a dog. If I'm not going to get the ball and show that I'm a dog, if you have the ball and you're the dog and you're the goat and you're this guy, you better cook. You better go to work. If I'm watching you and I'm spotting up, best believe you better go to work. Because if you're not going to work, there's a problem. And I could see that kind of mentality in Kuzma. A lot of scorers have that kind of mentality. If they're just sitting there watching you do nothing, they get cheesed. Because what are you doing? Give me the ball. Give me the ball. And you can see that Kuzma attitude, especially. That's why there's only 2-3 minutes when, if you notice, when LeBron comes off the floor right away, Kuzma comes in. And that's what you saw at the end of when Kawhi was playing, and it was around the fourth minute, third minute mark in the first quarter. LeBron comes out early because he starts the second, right? And Kuzma comes in. And that time when there's no Kuzma, and I think it's 80 Kuzma, and there's no LeBron in, Kuzma eats because there's no LeBron to hold the ball. So Caruso has the ball, or Rondo, or whatever, and Kuzma's getting it. He's getting a lot of touches and he's pulling. And that's what you saw on Christmas Day. And he was splashing. Him and Kawhi were going back and forth. But then, because his minutes are shortened, now when LeBron comes back, Kuzma's still on. And once LeBron comes back, now Kuzma goes to barely getting the ball and all this type of stuff. And Kuzma, I know he's been getting tired of it. I'm just being real. I'm looking at it. I could see through. I could see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? My eyes are sharpened. You know what I'm saying? I have that IQ because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at it, I can see that he's just been fed up. It's been lingering. You know what I'm saying? And so he's watching Kawhi be a dog and go at LeBron's throat. And he's watching LeBron shy away. And if you're going to shy away, at least give me the ball. Then I won't say nothing. But you're shying away and you're not giving me the ball. And people are blaming me for losing. You get what I'm saying? So it's a lose-lose situation for Kuzma. So obviously his trainer is obviously taking opportunity to he's in the situation where he's looking at it as I know what's happening. Based off what the trainer is saying, I could tell behind the scenes, there's a lot of pointing fingers going around with the Lakers. Whenever they lose, whenever they don't do well, it's a lot of, and I know it always comes from LeBron because that's who LeBron has been, his past. That's why it's hard to play with him. That's who he has been his past however many years. You get what I'm saying? That's why Kyrie got fed up. All these guys got fed up. IT, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Love was the scapegoat. The list goes on. Chris Bosh. The list goes on. LeBron doesn't take accountability. He doesn't take ownership when he susses. He doesn't. He rarely does. He finds blame in something or a player or someone. So I know behind the scenes it's probably like, Kuzma, you did this. They're probably getting at him OD. You know what I'm saying? And he's probably feeling like, I don't want to hear this. He's doing nothing. Kawhi's eating him. Why isn't he eating? He's the star. He's our guy. You know what I'm saying? So Kuzma's trainer is seeing this, obviously. Maybe Kuzma talks to him and tells him whatever is going on. And that's why it's hard. It's kind of a sticky situation whenever someone who's close to you or someone who you train with or someone who you're with all the time or a relative or girlfriend, anytime they speak, it's always looking as an extension of you as the player. You know what I'm saying? Because they're close to you. You probably confide in them. You know what I'm saying? When you go over your cheese and you're frustrated, you tell them stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it always, even if it has nothing to do with it, and that's not the case, it's just always that's going to be the perception, because, and it's not wrong for that perception, because it's just given 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, even if it's 0 out of 10, is at the end of the day is everybody has a right to look at it. If my trainer says something, or if this person says something, this nigga probably said it to him. You're with them. You know what I'm saying? You can't blame, you can't fault the person for thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Or people for thinking like that. So I understand LeBron's like, yo, his trainer was saying, you know, we could see whose tools are sharpened, you know what I'm saying, who's sharpened and works on their craft in the summer. He's kind of hinted at LeBron is obviously filming Space Jam 2, you know what I'm saying. He's kind of like, we could see who's the one in the lab and all that type of stuff. That's what he was saying, throwing a shot. He was also saying Kawhi is obviously, you know, looking like the better player. You can see that LeBron wants no parts of going at Kawhi and all that type of stuff. Everything he said was actually facts. There was no false thing in what the trainer said, you know what I'm saying. But now what made it an issue for Kuzma was the fact that the trainer said it, but what took it to a higher point was when Kuzma tweeted, call a spade a spade. After his trainer was going off, he said, call a spade a spade. That could be referred to anything, but I'm not dumb. People are not dumb. Obviously, we know you're talking about when your trainer talked that, you're like, it's facts. Call a spade a spade. That means it doesn't matter who it is, even if it's your teammate, even if it's your boy, even if it's your relative, it's your mother, your sister, your father, your nephew, your niece, your cousin, your son. It don't matter. Call a spade a spade. That's what that means. We all know what that means. You get what I'm saying? So Kuzma's like, yo, truth is truth. Truth talks, because truth talks. That's what that means, man. We just call it out. It don't matter who it is. We call truth first, everything else second. That's what that means. So he's like, call a spade a spade. Just call it what it is. So that's what he's saying. And LeBron, and then he had to delete the tweet, because if he wasn't referring to that, why would he delete it? You already know. You just leave it up there. Say it with your chest. Flex on it. You know what I'm saying? But then he knows it's LeBron. He's going to get sensitive and this and that and that. So he's like, he just, in the moment, he just said it and then he deleted it, obviously. And then now, ever since then, LeBron's like, you could tell when they asked his trainer when they asked LeBron about the trainer and everything, and he was kind of giving his kind of, the press conference or whatever he was doing, you know, when he was talking to the reporters, you can see that he was like, we talked to him. I don't want to talk about the trainer. Like he had a cheese demeanor. He had like, fuck this nigga demeanor. That's what he had. He had like an attitude and had a demeanor where it's like, he probably went off on him. I know LeBron probably went off on him. He's like, me and Kuzma talked about it. You know what I mean? For you to just go over it like that, and he had the way his demeanor was, I don't even want to talk about the trainer. And was just trying to get clout off my name and all this type of stuff. I already know he called Kuzma and they had a whole big meeting about it and all of that type of stuff. So and then all of a sudden Kuzma's on trade rumors. He's on the trading block. Like, really? See that I've been trying to tell you, this is who LeBron is. And at the end of the day, the reason why, because Kuzma can actually be your Lou Will. Kuzma is supposed to be your big three. Kuzma is supposed to be the guy who's eating. Kuzma is supposed to be the Ginobili of the team. Whether that means off the bench or start, don't matter. He's supposed to be the one eating and helping y'all. But mans are now it's like, and that's why it's always a struggle. If people don't understand, it's always been a struggle. When you're playing with LeBron, always the third guy, because he always wants a big three. The third guy always gets sussed. Kuzma is basically in the Bosch K-Love role right now when he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. And obviously they want to make 80 the number 2. So there's going to be a lot of times that 80 is spacing like Chris Bosh and Love, but at the end of the day, his touches are way higher than them. So he's a hybrid. He's in between the 2 and 3. That's what 80 is right now. You know what I'm saying? But he's getting his touches and he's shooting a good percentage, not from 3, but from the paint and all that type of stuff. And it's like Kuzma's now the Bosh. Kuzma's now the Love. So because of that, it's like, you can see where this turmoil is happening. You can see it's just not right. Any LeBron team, especially championship aspirations, any of his teams with those kind of high, aspirations and high goals, it's not right if they don't have drama. It's not right if they don't have drama. It's not right. So I knew it was coming eventually, and it came through this. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, LeBron didn't control what the trainer said, but LeBron controls what goes on moving forward and what goes on through this. You know what I'm saying? And this is why LeBron has never went to a Popovich type of team. This is why LeBron has never went to a you know what I mean, like a high caliber coach type of team, because, and people like to use that against, like use that for a positive thing for him. Oh, if LeBron was playing Popovich, he's playing with this, he would be doing this, have this amount of rings. No, that's not the case, because LeBron is the type of guy, he likes playing with weaker coaches and all these type of guys so he could control. That's what LeBron is. He wants to control narratives, control what's going on, control what the plays are run, control this and control that. If he's running with an actual Popovich, you think LeBron can come to Popovich and Popovich will sit him down? I'm benching you. You're sussing in the clutch. I'm benching you. Popovich don't play. Popovich is an OG. He don't play no games. Like, I'm trying to tell you, and LeBron knows this. So LeBron is smart. You gotta understand. That's one thing LeBron is. LeBron is smart, very smart. He don't care about pride. He don't care about nothing. He's gonna do what he reads, what is supposed to happen. What he basically wants to create a situation where he could win 9 times out of 10, as opposed to maybe 5 out of 10 and 6 out of 10. He wants to take his chances where it's guaranteed. He wants the most guaranteed situation, which is being smart. You know what I'm saying? Because other people, that's why they have less rings, but their rings that they have mean more than if someone like LeBron's type of rings, because he likes to create situations where, for instance, people like hate on KD. He went to a more guaranteed situation, even though the people aren't looking from KD's perspective, where they asked him to come there. You know what I'm saying? Because they lost. So they're like, we need a scorer. Come be the MJ of our team. You know what I'm saying? Come be the Kobe of our team. People don't look at it from that perspective. They look at it from KD being like, oh, you know what? I'm struggling with Westbrook. Let me just go over there. You know what I'm saying? And they knock on him, which I understand. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. They look at LeBron. Oh, let me not win over here. Let me go to the Heat and go over there. So they're looking at people that go and take the guaranteed situation. And that's what LeBron always does. He wants the guaranteed situation. So because of that is why, you know what I'm saying, is why that he's a smart guy. It's a smart thing to do. It's a smart thing. And being smart is something that the NBA players never used to be back then. It was pride first. Because being smart, you could play with a guy from Team USA and play with Charles Barkley and play with this person and play with that, MJ and Bird or whatever. They could have been done that, but it's always loyalty and always winning the hard way, which is not smart. Winning the easy way is smart. Playing more efficient, working more efficient, going to a job that's easy but you get the most money. That's a smart thing to do, as opposed to a hard working job where you get pinch money. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, people love the grind. It depends on what your makeup is. So now players are more smarter, which means less competition. It just goes. That's how it goes hand in hand. This is the trend of everything. You know what I'm saying? So LeBron being that smart, he's playing for coaches that he wants to control situations. So because he wants to control it, now all of a sudden Kuzma might be moved, and Kuzma's on trade talks. They weren't even looking at a move Kuzma, but now they're like, you know what? We're interested. You went from no, he's vocal point of our team to now you're interested to this and that. Like, come on now. LeBron came in, moved the whole Lonzo, moved Ingram, moved all of these niggas. Now he's moving Kuzma too. Like, he's always in a situation. He always has to do a trade at deadline. Always is looking to break up the team. Or that's who he is at the end of the day. And that's why you have a lot of people that they look at LeBron differently as when it comes to the GOATs. They look at him differently. They look at him, you know what I mean? Obviously, they have high praise for his unique ability. But at the end of the day, when you're now comparing the MJs and the Kobe's and Birds and all these guys, Magic and all the type of stuff, you look at LeBron and there's a lot of, especially in this social media era where everything he does, you could see from the naked eye, you could see it. It's hard to kind of, you know what I mean? Kind of like look at LeBron and be like, support everything he's doing when it comes like you just come and just remove, like Kuzma's eating. You're supposed to embrace him and find a way for him to fit in. And this is why people say that he's not as good of a leader as the media portrays him to be. Because other guys, like you heard Kobe last time you heard Kobe before in the finals when he had when LeBron had K-Love and he didn't have Kyrie. The one year he went and got swept by Golden State. He was saying you got to find a way to work with what you have. LeBron doesn't do that. LeBron finds a way to switch what I have. What I have is not good enough. I want to switch it. I want to do this. He doesn't work with what he have and try to maximize the talent and the caliber of each person. LeBron doesn't do that, which is why I say Kobe, Jordan, all these guys are better leaders because, for instance, when J.R. made that whole boneheaded play and all that type of stuff, LeBron's pouted and we had a timeout. Did we have a timeout? Oh my God, he's pouting fall. And that just takes away the whole team's morale and their chemistry and everything. It just takes away their hope for winning. You have a whole game to play and that just happened right there and you just pouted and all of a sudden they got to go to start the game. It's like MJ and all those other guys, they're looking at, you know what? They're going to consult JR. I know you sus, whatever. Nigga, let's go. Get ready. You know what I mean? And you hype up the team. Its mentality goes a long way than an assist. And people don't see these type of things. I could get 10 assists. Does not mean I'm a better leader than someone who gets 0 assists. But he instills a certain mentality in all 12 players that now they get buckets. They play higher than they're even supposed to play because of the mentality. I'd rather get that than me getting an assist and he has to make a shot. Because if you don't make the shot, where's the assist going? I'd rather instill mentality into people where now I don't need to get an assist. They can create their own. That's the difference between Kobe, MJ, and those guys. And people don't want to see it. But at the end of the day, we'll see where Kuzma goes. You know what I'm saying? We'll see if he gets traded or not. I don't think he'll get traded by the deadline because I think everyone, for them to trade Kuzma, they wouldn't get enough back that the Lakers would have to ask so much back for him. You know what I'm saying? And it will just... they'll have to add too many players. I don't know. Unless they get a 1-for-1 trade, but then a 1-for-1 trade, especially because Kuzma's not playing his best right now, is it going to be actual equal value of what Kuzma's actually worth? You know what I'm saying? Or are you going to sacrifice? And you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's one of those sticky trade situations that maybe they're just saying they're open to trade just to, you know, just to send a message to Kuzma, like, don't play with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Smarten up. You know what I'm saying? We'll see, but I could see they're I could already see right now when I watch them play, the dynamics is off. Kuzma's just trying to play, but I can see him. There's some shots he'll take now and he won't take, and they're in his head. Like I can see it. Kuzma, you're taking too many shots, or Kuzma, that's a bad shot. Don't take this. Do this, do that, and it's like they're just not letting him play. I could see it in Kuzma. He's not playing free flowing like he used to. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we'll see how that goes. It's True Talks, cause True Talks. Share, like, and subscribe. You already know we out here. There's no doubt here, and there's no drought here. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. You feel me? And I'm out, man.